Someone said the other day that my whole channel is just performative depression, and to them I would like to say, hey buddy, can't be performative if it's real. You feel me? Anyway, there is so much about the way that life and society is structured that pisses me off so bad, because it quite literally takes like $200 just to wake up in the morning. And I heard someone say the other day, like, a great thing you can do for your mindset is immediately when you wake up, just be incredibly thankful that you've even woken up. Wake up and feel eternally grateful that you were given the chance to wake up. And I understand that. And that's a beautiful perspective. And I think that's something we should all do. The problem is that immediately when I do wake up in the morning, there is a feeling of existential dread at the fact that the bills have to get paid, at the fact that if I do not work, or if I wake up sick, or I wake up tired, I'm going to have to work through that in order to produce the money to pay the bills. Like, it takes $200 at least just to wake up in the morning. That is something I wish didn't exist. I wish that things didn't cost as much as they did. I wish that we could be allowed to exist without also having extreme external pressures to just merely be alive. And so there's that dread that I face every single morning. But that aside, there's also been a few other thoughts and ideas that I've had on my mind, because I'm someone that loves passion. I'm someone that loves to love. I'm someone that is extremely artistic and would like to be extremely artistic. The problem is that everyone's an artist until the bills have to get paid. That's a quote that I read like years ago. Everyone is an artist until the bills are due. Everyone is an artist until rent is due, meaning that everyone wants to be passionate and everyone wants to chase their passion, but can you actually be profitable while chasing your passion and have the ability to support yourself along the way? And I think that strikes up a very difficult conversation that a lot of us have to have with ourselves of, is it realistic to chase what I'm passionate about? And that's a very tough conversation to have with yourself, because I think when you are passionate and artistic and you want to chase something like a crazy goal or a crazy dream, you can chase it. And you might be one of the lucky ones. You might have a miracle happen to you. You could make it against all odds, defying any statistics, defying any limits that are predisposed along your path. You might be able to make it, but then there's the majority of us that no matter how passionate you are, luck is just not on your side. And so I guess what I'm saying is, what divides the passionate from the lucky? That's what I'm wondering. And that's what I wish I could scientifically deduce between what weeds out those who are passionate about a subject versus those who make it. And that's what I've been thinking about 24/7, because I've been trying over the last year of my life, trying to figure out what I want to do with the rest of my life. And I know what I want to do. It's just a matter of, I am passionate about it, but the bills need to get paid, And how is it that I'm going to sustain myself along the road to what I want to become in this life while I am working on the journey from where I am to where I want to be? Does that make sense? And another thing that makes me really upset about life also is that there are people mulling around in society who I think would be better actresses than the people winning Emmys, would be better musicians than those winning Grammys. I think there are people who could be better painters than anyone in the world, but they are individuals who did not get lucky. I think the most artistic people and the most talented people in society aren't actually being showcased. And that's a theory that I've held near and dear to my heart. Your mailman might have been an Emmy winner in another life. And it always comes back to Angelina Jolie's speech about how, why was she given the ultimate privilege of getting to be a millionaire and an actress and getting to be an artist as her career and getting to do what she does every single day and making the money she does, while there's someone across the world who is just as talented as her, just as deserving as her, and could do exactly what she does. They just had the unfortune of being born in different circumstances. And I think about that every single day. And that's why I think life is a scam. I really, really do. Because the most talented people are not being showcased. People are born into the circumstances they are born into and have to learn how to navigate that. People have intense passion and are not allowed to do anything with that passion simply because they have to pay their bills, or they have to take care of their kids, or they have to take care of whatever it is that they have to take care of in their life. And people are given random wealth and random luck with no sense of direction or reason. And I think all of us want to be the lucky ones. We want to be the people who just work as hard as we can and get to where we want to be and reach that zenith and reach that peak of I am abundant in every area of my life that I wish to be. I am successful. And we all want to reach that. The conclusion that I'm coming to is that it is not solely about passion and hard work to get to a goal, and that is making me discouraged. It's making me very discouraged because there is a certain amount of luck that comes along with if you will succeed or not. And see, I could bet on myself. I could bet on myself and say, I'm going to work as hard as I can to get along where I want to go in this life. And I'm going to work my ass off, and I'm going to motivate the hell out of myself, and I'm going to keep pushing no matter what, and I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to throw myself into this, dedicate all my time to doing this. But then when it's all said and done, it can still fall apart just because you are unlucky. I guess maybe what I have to learn is not to focus on the fact that it could fail. Maybe I'm just overthinking it to a point, but I've come to this weird conclusion recently that all I want to be in my life is a writer. Because I needed to talk to a few people because I've been so confused about what I want to do with my life, because things have just been falling apart once again, like they do, that's life. And I'm so confused about which direction to take my life in. And before I could even open my mouth and explain this conundrum that I'm facing upon of, do I choose a career that is more stable and more... Do I choose a career that is more stable and doesn't have a lot of luck associated with it, but is just like, it's a clear path. You don't have to rely on any kind of luck. You can just keep going down it, keep working hard, and then you are guaranteed a job by the end of it. And there is a high demand for it. And you just choose a high demand job, you learn a skill, and then you get a job within that skill and just go from there, right? Or do I bet on my passion a little bit and hope that I am one of the lucky ones that can make an artistic career work out? And before I could even open my mouth, both of them said, have you ever considered becoming a writer? Now, I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that everything happens for a reason. And so when both of them, during these casual catching up conversations, said, have you ever considered becoming a writer? It kind of became more abundantly clear to me that whether I want it to be or not want it to be, writing is something that is calling to me. And as I've said before, when you get a calling, you have to chase it. The call is coming from inside the house at this point. And I feel like the call is coming from inside the house at this point because it's something I want to do, but now it's becoming something that I'm hearing outside of me that I should do. The problem is the argument of passion versus luck. It all comes back to that, the fact that life is a scam, that everyone is an artist until the rent is due, that are you able to sustain yourself on an artist's budget? Some people can, some people are lucky. I don't quite know if I'm one of the lucky ones yet. So I don't know, maybe I'm able to do both. Maybe I'm able to find myself a job and a career that is stable and easy, and isn't passionate, but it is sustainable and it is stable. And maybe there's a way to both pay the rent and be passionate. I just have to be patient along the pursuit of it. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I feel like I'm whining a little bit because I'm like, oh no, I don't know what to do with my beautiful, wonderful life. But I think it's normal to feel the pressure of having to hold yourself up by your own bootstraps and be incredibly independent and do all that while also wanting more, but then also being scared that if you want more, there's the possibility that you could get evicted because you can't afford your rent. And as I age and my brain fully develops as I come of age, and as my brain fully develops as I grow older, I learned that there has to be a balance between logic and emotion. That I know we want to be passionate, but I think there's also a level of responsibility that we have to take with what we do. which is, it's such an obvious answer. I know, fuck me, right? But I don't want to be logical about my life. I really, really don't. I just want to throw myself into my passions, say fuck it, and just bet on myself. But I know that to be irresponsible. And I know that to almost be self-destructive. Like, it's self-destructive to be overly passionate about your own life because you could risk everything. And I don't want to sit around and be naive and say, I'm going to be one of the lucky ones. I'm going to be one of the lucky ones who just bets on themselves and everything works out. I probably won't be. Who knows? I don't. But to round out this whole argument, life is a scam, because there are people out there who have beautiful talents and we will never get to see them just because the rent is due. And that makes me very sad. That makes me very, very sad that people can't just be as passionate as they want to be and as artistic as they want to be and do everything they want. Because humans are creators first and foremost before we're anything else. And we don't get to create anymore. We don't get to be passionate anymore. We just have to sit at office desks and make money for companies that are just slowly destroying the earth. I'm tired, guys. I'm really tired.